Thank you. That was a new version. So now, you know, Cleveland was always the center of rock. And when I was coming up, you weren't anybody unless you went over great at the Agora. Unless you followed in the steps of Chrissie Hynde, Martha Hooper, Ian Hunter. And so, because I came up listening to all these wonderful women that have been on tonight. I went through my rockabilly stage, listening to Wanda. I went to my Crystals and Ronettes stage, and Darlene Love stage, and which that never goes away, and my Mavis Staple moment. But everything that I have ever sung has really come from rhythm and blues. Of course, you know, I would have loved to go to that church that everybody else would, you know, like Mavis was at a cool church. My church, I learned a lot of fashion. Very fashionable place. People wearing black and white, very French. Men in long gold gowns and tall gold hats and purses that just smoked. You know what I mean? Smoking purses, which always fueled my love for, you know, good product purse. But anyway, the blues, I started out singing in a Janis Joplin cover band when my first job as a lead singer. And after I did my stint at The Apprentice and talked my fool head off and carried enough rugs to get a job as a moving guy, I decided I was going to do this blues album that I had wanted to do for 8 years. So this is one of the songs off of my Memphis Blues CD. And the thing about this song is it was one of those songs that reminded me of the things that are going on today. Everybody seems to have the blues. And the greatest thing about the blues is that it's uplifting. And it was written by people who were oppressed, who continued to write music that was uplifting. And so in the spirit of that, I found this song by Albert King, a man who couldn't really read or write. And yet he had a body of work, and it reminded me that you must never count yourself out. And that maybe you do things a little different. But that's okay, because you still have a lot to contribute. And this song I chose because it has spirit. The spirit to get back up again when you're down. And it's called Down, Don't Bother Me. Now, before I start this next one, I just want to say one thing. We have come a long way. Life keeps progressing, and we become more and more, what do you call it? See, now I can't even remember. How elevated is that? More educated, more open, and women are becoming more of a force, and hopefully we will become more of an inclusive society that will include everybody, not just some people. Because you never know where the miracles are coming from or who's going to be the genius next. You know, could be a woman. Could be a gay person. Could be a man. Could be a woman. Anyway, I just want to say I was so thrilled to see women included in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I commend you. Cleveland always rocked. You have great rockers coming out of Ohio, like Christy Hine. And I just want to say that before I introduce I should introduce my band to you because they're awesome. Let me just do it quick. To my left, actually I should do to my right. To my right. Stage right. No, stage left. Okay. And then, I know. On piano, one of the very fine piano players and a longtime colleague, my friend, Mr. Steve Gabori. Another one of my dear colleagues from the high rhythm section out of Mississippi and Memphis. And the sax band, too. Mr. Michael Toll on guitar. A drummer to be reckoned with. Also from the high rhythm section, Booker T and the MGs, and every hit record that you remember growing up listening to. Like Michael, Mr. Steve Potts. And another longtime collaborator. We've been collaborating since She's So Unusual, which he recorded my voice, and he worked on Memphis Blues with me too, along with Scott Bomar on bass, Mr. William Whitman. Now, on keyboards, my friend, but we call him the Reverend. He is also from the high rhythm section, and he is from Memphis, and he is an awesome player, too. On organ, Mr. Archie Hubby Turner. Now, I don't know if these three ladies are here, but do we have my